morning. Hello. Day 4. I hadn't planned all this. I'd planned obviously Thursday and Friday, but then obviously the dates came out. Poke the parks. Need to get that. That's another one. So I'm going to start doing that. Poking the parks. Poke the parks. So yeah. So obviously for the big one XL, I might just talk about that quite briefly because that was reasonable. That was. Andy was busy doing something else, and so the 5 o'clock one he didn't do, but he came back to chuck us out. But yeah, that one they managed to fit quite a bit in. So the first bit was going inside the computer room, then the brakes, then the camera tunnel, then like the back of Big Blue evacuation platform, if it well is, and then the actual the block brake, and then the lift hill. But ideally, if you're thinking about it, the lift hill should be done first, then do that, because that's the big thing. So before you've done all that, some people might be knackered already, and then do that. Because then you can get people down. Well, you know you're going to have issue, aren't you? Because that takes the longest. And then, but you fitted quite a bit in the XL version. So yeah, it was quite interesting. So yeah, got I'll put that in obviously. Got Aviktas testing. I'll put that in after this. So that's a mental note to do that. So yeah, so got here at the crack of dawn, but it doesn't seem to be closed. You've got this fun run going on at, well, it says on the digital signs it's closed from 7:30. So I got here at bloody 7 o'clock, but I'm in the car park now anyway, and you can't get out between 10:30 and 1:30. So yeah, so it will be closed at some point, but a few people waiting at 8 o'clock to get into Spoons. So I've had an egg and bacon McMuffin, not McMuffin, but a McMuffin. So that's the food of choice today. And then we'll just see what happens. And then I'm heading down south straight after this for a week. It's not going to be the nice weather to do any jet skiing, but I'll give it a go anyway. Because the idea is that I'm only 40 minutes away from Portland's, and then that leads me on to the next one. So I don't think it's going to be the baking hot sunshine that we got last year, which was lovely, but hopefully there might be another ding joke there, depending on the weather, that might happen. But you know, we'll take it. See, hopefully it changes and then at least it's dry, but at the moment it's going to be raining. So yeah, but it'd be nice to get back there and see what they've got for this year and then next year. It'd be nice, because they're really pushing the boat out. They are pushing the boat out. So yeah, enough of me waffling. So I've done that, done the big one. So that was really well organised. The big one XL, you know. Yeah, can't fault that one really. You know, and obviously they have another group after. They did one at 5, one at 7. So yeah, probably at points think, how did they get away with what they're doing? Because if that was a Merlin park, you wouldn't get that the way it's done. You wouldn't get that. So, but I suppose there's a risk with everything, isn't there? So, and that's what you sign. There's always a risk. But yeah, nice to do, worth. And then we've got Walk the Wood, Eat next, some point in June, and then Valhalla. So yeah, I thought I'd do them, and then obviously we've got the preview later. So it hasn't actually gone off the website. I've just checked. So the votes are counted. The votes are being counted and verified, and we'll announce the winner soon. So yeah, they're not selling any more, whether that's automatically gone off, but apparently there's quite a few coming, about 170 from what I've heard. I might be wrong on that. and I've also heard that it might be longer than an hour because of how many there is. So, and I've got a funny feeling that they might allow pictures now, because, well, if they don't, they're even more sillier than they were the first time. I know it might preserve it for the 21st, but they've released another 10 pictures via select few to promote it, kind of thing. The marketing team have gave them the photos, another 10. So that's even less now to preserve, because you've shown people the ride area and all sorts. So I don't know what about. So it makes it even worse now, because that was released yesterday. So we'll have to see. So I've got a funny feeling they did that to obviously then do that first, which was Friday or Saturday it came out, and yeah. So there's even less now to hide. So, but not that they're hiding anything, it's only the immediate area of the ride, isn't it? But we'll see. I've got a funny feeling they might not now, due to feedback. But I know some people want to keep it. Well, that's up to them. If you want to keep it secret, that's up to you guys. If people watch the content now, you see, because you've got another one to go on. But they can't monitor 170 people. And I just hope that they're not that strict and get everybody's phone out their pockets and all sorts. So we'll have to see. So on that note, that's me 6 minutes of waffling. So, and I will see you when we get in the park. Draw. And before I go, I won't put that clip in of what I was going to say, but I'm going to put the world's longest drawn out. This is another thing, yeah. So it's world's longest date opening reveal that they didn't even put on the website. So when they did that for the season launch, that was the day that the date should have gone on the website, and it didn't. It only went on the other week. So if you didn't know what was cracking off and you checked the website, you wouldn't even know it was opening on the 21st. But it was a good few weeks, unless they were scared that it might not be ready at all. But you can't be announcing a date for your people that you've invited for your season launch. They're not telling the public until 2 weeks before. They've even only just put it on the actual main loop that there is yesterday, like 2 weeks before. Crazy. So talk about late marketing for us, I tell you. So yeah, I'm going to put that in now. So then this is, honestly, it's a 2-minute clip, bigging it up, just to tell you the date's going to open on the 21st of June. So I'm going to put that in, because I forgot about 3 times to put that in. So I'm going to put that in now for you, and we'll see you later on. Ta-ra! Aviktas. Hello again. Are we on? Are we on? Yeah, it's windy again, so it's a viable purchase. Hello. What the hell was that? Right, really disappointed. I need to get a really... Coaster Dad will do a good one. I'm really disappointed. He'll do about 10 different thumbnails, won't he? So, what happened? So we queued about good 10-15 minutes at the ticket centre. Apparently 400 people on it. So we queued a good 15 minutes for that to get this first rider. There you go, evening, and that on the back. Fair enough. Like I have swapped the uniform. The uniform is on. So right, so that's that. And then basically you could have gone on the ride, but we headed over there, and then there was a queue from the hub all the way around the fountain, all the way back. And then they made us queue there for about 45 minutes till about 11 o'clock. Then we're all ushered into a big box to stare at a brick wall, a fence, first fence, for the doors to open, and then that opened good half hour. I think, about half hour, maybe more. That might have been 11:30, 12 o'clock anyway, the ride did open. Opened that, obviously, again, secret, no photos, no filming. They didn't take your phone off you, which I'm going to say could have nearly happened, the way the email got. I'm going to get the email screenshot there, because the email said that between 12 and 1 o'clock, it's yours. ERT, exclusive ride time. And then, obviously, after the first one, they got to get in the queue. But then, as the second one up, you got all security blocking you off. And then the ride didn't open again. They blocked it off. Apparently, it was Amanda didn't want anyone else to go on it. But that's not what we were sold and what we were promised. Again, they couldn't keep to their word, so they said no filming. And then it wasn't even an hour, because it closed about 12:15. So all in all, very disappointing. So if you're coming on Wednesday, don't bother, get a refund. But it might work a bit better then, if there's a lot less. But if there's another 400, you get one ride and they might close it again. Really disappointed. We'll email in and let them know the feedback, because they do need the feedback. Because they didn't keep their word for two things now. Filming they didn't tell us about. Not that I'm too bothered about that. I just want to get on the ride. And then even then, they couldn't have bothered. I mean, the last ride only had about 10 people on. They could have filled that. Got 40 seats. And they didn't. So, and then it just closed. Closed about 1:30. But again, they oversold it. So really disappointing, really. So a few people got 2 rides and everybody else got 1. People did leave quite quick, and they only did the 1. Gave you 2 like posters on there with 600 were printed, and I got number 4 bizarrely. So yeah, fair enough. You got them, but not really worth a £50 experience. So I'll do the thumbnail in a minute. So I might walk down there and get your thumbnail, because you can't film it anywhere near it. So I think I've got something anyway. So yeah, sad, really sad. The one that I do, because I don't normally do these things, I just keep myself out of them, save the money and that. But what I'm going to do, if I hadn't planned, I mean, I could do that, couldn't I? Literally go down to Heathrow, fly to Leesburg, but they're not open. That's why I couldn't do it, because they're not open. But yeah, I'm going to go as soon as I can now. I'm going to get some time off booked, get to Heathrow and go to Leesburg, and I'll go on that one. Because again, they wonder why we get annoyed, or why we don't look after their interests. But when they can't just do an event properly, it's really annoying, because you got that many. The security was really intimidating, because there was quite a lot. So it just not total shambles. We got on the ride, obviously it delivered. It's running a bit slow, but it's bound to, because it's new. I didn't do low-key until... I did that opening, but that was like delayed. Because they said it was going to open and it didn't open or something. So yeah. So I'm just going to have a quick bite to eat in Spoons, quick drink, and then I'll head off down south and a week of jet skiing before obviously that's finished. Not paying again, it's too much money. And then I'm where I am. I'm only 40 minutes away from Portland's. Then you see. So there's method to the madness. So yeah, let me just cross the road, get the Green Man. The Green Man's on evening. So yeah. So overall, and then we went to guest services, and she says, "Oh no, as far as we know, it was just one ride. But if it was one ride, make sure you put that in the email. Don't say it was an exclusive ERT and it's hours for an hour." Which I think it was going to be, but apparently Amanda got annoyed and shut the gates, and then no one else went on it other than the first group. The first group got to go on again, and then how's that fair? You know, it should have just stayed open for another hour. Could have stayed. No, I'm not getting my tickets now. I've got 2 in the car if you want one. If anybody wants one, I'll hide them. But yeah, I found them. But he hid them, and then I watched him do the video. They weren't very secretive, so I've got them. But I'll re-hide them for you if I remember, and I'll hide another fob for you. So yeah, I'll do that before I go. But yeah, so really disappointing to be fair. That's it. I'm gonna do the thumbnail in front of that. Preview event, really disappointed. I think actually I've got thumbnail anyway. I'm waffling now, but yeah, the one I do go for, it's been a bit of a bad one, really. You know, so yeah, and they weren't prepared to do anything at guest services. They just says, "Oh, well, as far as we know, it was one ride, and you got the one ride, and that was it." But that's not what the email said. It was twice. It said that it was an hour. But on that note, I'm going to have some food, and I'll see you in a bit. Ta-ra, that might be it on this one. Just a quick. You got the I can't say it now. The debrief. That's it. The debrief of the XL big one. Yeah, the big one XL. That was all right. But on that note, I'm going to get some food. Ta-ra. Ta-ra. Hello again. How are we? Evening. So you last saw me just as I was about to go to Spoons Velvet Coaster. So I had a egg and chips, put my little tweet out saying it wasn't really acceptable, and then now I'm at Lim Popular Services, lorry services. Got me McFlurry. This time it's a Galaxy. Got bits at the bottom, ice cream, and then the sauce at the top, the Dean preferred method. Because when you get to the bottom, there's something to get to, rather than just boring ice cream if they put it on the top. So, so yeah, so been digesting it. What's happened? You know, so I do hope that they go away and decide what they're going to do. If anything, but ideally, once the ride's open, invite us all back down and give us the hour that we're entitled to. That's what I do. Because that's only fair, isn't it? They gave us 15 minutes. We're due 45. So yeah, so another debrief. About the ride. So I've told you probably that big one XL was alright. No problems there. And then Aviktas, you know, it's fairly themed, fairly finished off. Few bits and bobs that obviously Loki hasn't got, like they covered all the tubes up in the pit for the floor. But they won't be happy about that if they have to fix the floor, because all the tubes, you've got to take all the covers off and everything, blah blah blah, you know. Air gates, and the way they've done the station is like it's two. Obviously one will be speedy pass, one will be normal, or they can pick and choose. But it like goes into two, so you're filling half and half basically. Whereas Leedsburg is just pile in, double door kind of thing, pile in. I've got to eat this, otherwise it'll be a soup. So yeah. And now I'm on the way down south, right, to Cheveley. So yeah. So then I'm now going to do a week's worth of, not always jet skiing, but I'm down south, down Poole for the week, and then I'm only like 40 minutes away coming back for the Saturday for Pultons. Last bit of jet skiing, not doing it again, you see. So it is a mammoth journey now down there, but not doing it all. About 3 hours left. I'm going to have this and then make sure I don't stop again. And then I will make some jet ski content, but like I said, like I'm going to say, you can choose to watch it. If you don't, you don't. If you do, you do. So, but it'll last little bit. And I might even do a little bit of me eating my egg and chips in the Poole Town Centre. That's the one of the highlights. So at the All Things Nice Cafe. Well, I've got to the bit. He was smirking when I was telling him the Dean method. I says, I want the bits at the bottom, then the ice cream, then the sauce. He was smirking. But they don't always do it. One staff member actually said no when somebody asked them. One time. Wasn't to me though. Yeah. So total disappointment, to be fair. Not only then overkill on security, overkill on no photos. So, but yeah, they certainly knew how to spoil it, unfortunately. But that's what I do. They've got everybody's email address, haven't they, on file, and I go, leave it a couple of weeks after the ride's sorted and open, and then try and organise a date for everyone to come back and give them an ERT for an hour. You can't ask for more, can you? But that's just what I do, because when you work it out, if it was 400 people times £50, they've made 20 grand on that, maybe more if anybody's paid 60 quid to go in. So for a little, even yeah. So even if they send anybody an email, it won't cost them any more. But I was just thinking they can send something in the post, can't they? But that's what I do anyway. Let the ride open, and then when it's all settled down, organise it, and then get us all back and redo it for the whole hour. Maybe even in two bits. So there's like 200 each. I know it'll be a bit of a pain for them to organise, but then they cocked up, So it's only fair what they give us, what they promised. Whether they do, but that's what I do anyway. Hold your hand up that they've messed up, and offer the chance again to come back for an hour and get a good few rides on it. Because then you're not going to, you're not annoyed. Because at £50 for one ride is a bit steep, I think. And then you got that. That's one of them. That's the limited edition one. I got number 4 of 600, signed by Amanda Thompson. I think it's Amanda Thompson. Yeah, it is. Wonder whether she signed them all. And then you got certificate that I've conquered the mighty Aviktas. There you go. That's signed by her as well, I think. There you go. There it is. But we're only allowing you one ride, even though it was should have been available for an hour. which I thought was quite good value, even though it would have been 400 people and some people wouldn't have got more than one ride on there, which I suppose wouldn't have been as fair. But again, it still wasn't fair because the first riders, the first batch, were allowed to go in the queue line, but then the second lot of riders, you know, the second batch weren't allowed in, and then from that on they forced us out of the area. So as much as it was called a VIP preview event, not many people thought well, I didn't feel like a VIP, shall we say. Too much security, and I'd love to know what the main reasons were for what they're hiding, because they're not hiding much, so I don't get it. So so yeah, that's basically it for this one. But yeah, I'll get you a little bit of content down south, show you what you have to do, I suppose, to go out on a jet ski kind of thing, while I've got the chance. Bit of content for you. May not be theme park content, but content's content. And if you watch it, you watch it. If you don't, you don't. There you go. And on that note, I'm going to go and eat me ice cream. So thanks for watching. Big shout out to Coaster Canvas, is it? Was it Coaster Canvas? He found the fob anyway. I think it was Coaster Canvas. So shout out to you, evening. You found the fob. I didn't do a fob again. I'll do another one. I'll do another one at Poulton's, because I can't just do them randomly, because no one will go to them, you see. The chances, I think Coaster Canvas was the only one who got that one. So, but, you know. So yeah, I'll do another one somewhere at Poulton's, on the outside. So, see you in a bit, and then I'll see you down south at Poole. Ta-ra! And check on that fire panel as well. Oh God. Oh, babies! Ta-ra!
La de ma bum bum. La de ma bum bum.